If you're looking to try a pallet project or design for your backdrop of your podcast or your set, I'm going to show you exactly how we found and sourced 10 pallets so that we were able to create a design, source the materials, and accomplish this project all within the matter of 12 hours. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly where to find them, the rough pricing that it's going to take to be able to accomplish this, and then the amount of effort and energy in order to get your own personal backdrop. So when you are looking for pallets, it's not as easy as you might think. So basically we did a search for Pallets, Buckhead. So we got a list of all these different pallet places. But here's the thing, they won't just give you your order if you go in and get them. They're looking for people that want like 500 orders of pallets. So that immediately eliminates anything that we can find on Google. But I did have a bit of information that somebody gave us that works at Home Depot. So they said if we go to Facebook Marketplace, you can actually search for pallets near you. Today's top pick, there's people that are giving away free pallets, and then there are people selling them in bulk. So we messaged one of these people, and we are about to go and get in our order. So we messaged Solomon. Solomon is willing to meet us at Sunday, cash only. $13 per pallet. So we are going to go put it in our order for about $100 it's going to cost. And they already sent me photos of my order, so it should be good. So basically we landed on a design specifically for these pallets because we wanted it to be something that's not just like pallets that were thrown up and put together as a wall. We wanted to add a little bit of dimension. So Emily had this great idea. Initially, my idea was to like color code it in multiple colors, but that was just way too much work. And what we decided was we were going to take chalk paint, and we were going to take this chalk paint and we were going to color half the pallets that are toward the set in black chalk paint so that when our guests come to the set, they can basically sign it with chalk. And so we wanted it to be a little bit more interactive, have a little bit more dimension on the background, and then to see some intentional signings on the backdrop. So we headed to Home Depot to get some black chalk paint, some chalk, and some 2x4s. So the 2x4s will be used to connect all the pallets together and to provide a base that we're going to put on it. We are going to get some wood screws to put everything together. We're going to paint it, screw everything in, join everything together. I'm thinking like 6 for each of them to conjoin the wall, and then 6 for the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I secretly do think that they have chalk. They're just not letting us know because they want to put themselves to do the front sidewalk. They just helped us find some chalk paint that we got here. I like grabbing the backhands because you can get a little discount on them, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get 2 of these, and we're going to paint half of our wood boards going across, and then we're gonna leave the other half wood, but we're gonna see what it looks like first. So we're gonna grab 2 just in case we need them. Here we are, Daybreak Recycling. So we painted our pallets in about 100-degree weather. This is the final product. We wanted some wood to show through. It's not perfect, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, we want people to experience art, and we want to have them have an experience over any of the aesthetic looks. So they're going to be able to write on this, chalk paint on it. However, all our pallets are done. Now we just load them up. All right, so now we have everything assembled. Initially, there are some things that we learned that are pinnacle for you to understand how you are going to make sure that you can take your pallets from rough to final product, which is what we have here. So we were going to do 2 pallets high. So we were going to do 2 pallets and then 2 pallets. We were going to have them each side by side here. So initially we were going to have 2 over here, 2 over here, and nothing on the back. However, because of the materials that we got with our 2x4s and the way that the weight bears and fluctuates, we had to make some adjustments here. So if you come around here, I'll show you exactly what we used to put all this together. Once we finally started to understand kind of the logistics that we didn't know before. So essentially, we connected our pallets vertically in the back here with our 2x4s, which only did so much in the beginning. And then we connected them across side to side. We initially had to build the first 2, connect them together, and then connect the feet to the bottom. So if you look down here, ignore the coax. Ignore the coax. If you look down here, you can see that the 2x4s are connected to the bottom, which we just screwed screws into, straight into the first pallets. We then had to flip the wall, so it was a half wall. And then we connected the other 2 pallets to one another and then lifted them on top to be able to secure the boards from the top to the bottom. Otherwise, if we put everything together and we tried to lift it, it was just going to be too heavy. So basically, we had to do this in sections, starting with the bottom section to the top. And then that's when we realized that it was going to be too heavy overall to have the vision that we wanted. So we made the adjustments and we went 1 high and kind of curved it in, as you can see here. Now the pallets just kind of leaned up against the sides and we just kind of secured it just with like a little bit of longer wood screws. It didn't need to be substantial because it wasn't super high like our background here. So we have our chalk paint, we have our chalk, we have all our pallets connected. The sides, they didn't have any feet for the 2x4s, but the backdrop, the tall 2x2 one did. So overall, the cost breakdown for everything that we're looking at is $103 for the pallets for a set of 10, and then $127 for the rest of the materials that was able to connect everything. So essentially everything, full breakdown of what we needed was pallets, chalk paint, wood screws, drill, 2x4s, and we even used 2x6s for the feet. And that was really it, other than the chalk and the rest of the materials that kind of fit in with this. This was just a normal podcast setup. We were able to shoot some colored light along the backdrop, as well as a 2-person podcast. But this is how you can do it yourself if you are looking to have a wood panel pallet installation. You can apply the same fundamentals and things that you learned in this video to be able to build your own pallet wall for the future. So if you found this video helpful, we do full gear breakdown, so you can check the link or the playlist within the gear list. If you have any questions or comments that we did not cover in this video, we answer all our comments, so make sure that you write a comment in the comment section. We will answer any logistics that you think you might want answered that weren't answered in this video. I'm not perfect. I don't explain things perfectly. But what I will say is the biggest thing that we learned out of this that we missed the mark on was be meticulous with how you assemble. This wall is not perfect, and it's mostly because I was rushing. Take your time, make sure that your foundation is stable, it's good to go. Make sure that when you're looking at like the weight bearing, make sure that you're not too top heavy. And that was probably the biggest thing that I learned, that we kind of cut the corners on a little bit. But otherwise, you can have your own pallet wall for your podcast set wherever you're at for a very, very affordable cost for under $500 for the background. I think actually it was under $300. So it is very cost effective to build something that looks great. Most of you that are watching this video, you're not subscribed, so I would highly recommend that you subscribe. If you are interested in building your own podcast set, whether it's within your home or just popping up randomly and you need the direction to be able to grow and scale your own podcast, I'm ManagerJon, and I'll see you around.